All right, Yosh. Welcome to a Steins Gate Episode 6 review. We're going deeper and deeper into this one. And I, for one, want to plow through it a little faster because, quite simply, we're getting hungry for some chow. So, anyhow, we got more details on Jellyman's report. We got the IBM 5100 computer working and all that. It's getting very serious toned now. Okabe wants to defeat CERN in the race for a perfect time machine to rule the world. But they're trying to do the same thing, and they have a huge head start and infinite more budget. So, anyhow, Day 5 of the mystery satellite crash. It's on the news. There's still obsession over it. Mocha is receiving loads of emails from a FB and she is onlooking the satellite incident. Hard not to, it's probably talk of the town. And the camera crew tries to interview her for just general information, and she gets spooked, runs off afraid, and continues to talk to FB. She probably holds the world record for her texting. You know, the fastest talker. She could probably be the fastest texter. Anyhow, Suzuha eats with Okabe and Daru. Wowza. Who says that? It's her first beef bowl. She needs a, what's it called? Ramen. Or not ramen, bento. Yeah, she needs a bento. That's what she needs. Anyhow, what does it say? Hype underhanded. I don't know. Maybe that's what she said, or maybe that's what I said for some reason. Anyhow, Tuturu must mean Mayuri said such. Makise and Suzuha meet once again, and they have one heck of a stare down. Oh boy. Things are still tense between them for apparently no reason. Mr. Braun calls her into the shop for the end of her lunch break. Then we get a Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pep. Best drink according to scientists. So long as you don't mind losing your teeth. And if the drinks were healthier, it's chock full of sugar as far as I'm aware. Rather drink water. So, anyhow, Suzuha seems to be eavesdropping on talks from the open lab window, which they keep that lab window open a little too often, I think. If they're doing something this serious and they have the window open, that is just carelessness, absolute carelessness. Anyone could overhear what they're doing, what they're trying to achieve. Seems very risky to me, very risky. And Suzuha is seemingly eavesdropping on them from below, overhearing things, how things are progressing. And she seems to be in that role for a time now. The lab group narrows down the function of the time travel ability. They want to zone in and key in on things now. The group agrees to call the time traveling emails as D-mails. And that decision was after a bunch of other attempted names. The group tried to decide, or the group tried to do a, the voice is going. The group tries to do a repeat experiment at the same point of time in the day as before. So So they get a repeat. They get the same result. Same time of day, same result. Hopefully. And then they can try and figure things out from there. It's always good to repeat. Repeat, see, so long as all the initial parameters are the same to get the same result. If they get a different result, then that would be bizarre and weird. Anyhow, we get another tuturu and a daro hintai moment. Then they do go along and repeat the experiment with the microwave and cell phone. The banana once again goes back to where it once was, on the table with the rest of the bunch, or whatever the case. And the text that they sent successfully made it to 5 days prior. They sent one text, and 2 were received, so the one message got split into 2 for whatever reason. Okabe, away from the lab later on, he goes shopping. He, at some point in whatever aisle, he eventually spots the jelly, and he realizes now. I mean, he's normally all Chunibu, full throttle, just kind of all bark, and now he realizes the weight of what they've stepped into, and all the different potentials and future results of what could follow. He is absolutely horrified from the reality of what they have stumbled upon and have done, and where it might lead. He specifically is worried about Mayuri. He wants to keep her away from this now, and didn't tell her about all the stuff going on. Moaka, or maybe he didn't tell her that she's worried, or he's worried, whatever the case. Moaka finds Okabe and talks to him through her phone. So she threw him a call or whatever, asks of his location. He starts rambling about experiments. And Moaka ignores Daru and walks off. He tries to be kind of flirty, and he was not successful with the 3D woman. Anyhow, so we get a brief encounter with Moaka, then we get a Daru hintai moment. And then Suzuha, running into Suzuha again, she says, "Yo, check it." Who talks like that? Who on earth talks like that? And then she says, "You guys bringing the ruckus or what?" What the heck does that mean? Mr. Braun gets quite upset about the ruckus upstairs on the second floor, Okabe's lab. And Suzuha asks of Makise Kurisu once again about how things are going with her, because she has her concerns, as she formally stated to Okabe. Okabe asks once again of the past, of why on earth does Suzuha have some sort of bias and dislike of Makise for some reason, based on how she's acting and behaving and staring a hole through her, and she got all spazzed out that first time. She was ready to fight. And Suzuha gently says nothing happened in the past between them. and that she has never seen her before. Mr. Braun gets all angry over the absolute chaos upstairs. Moeka continued the experiments, or whatever the case. So at that point, did she get in on this, or was that Makise? And it corrected to Moeka. I think that's Makise. Mayuri says his phone went absolutely bonkers when Okabe was gone. Yeah, here we go. And it's all spam from Moeka, the phone-obsessed wacko. Or isolationist, should I say. She's very bizarre early on in the show. She's very bizarre. She comes across as very bizarre and weird. And it's a good thing. It's a very good thing when you have a few of these different characters as kind of unknowns and all that. That leaves things kind of a mystery. So perhaps they could have done that even better. Who knows? I don't know. But anyhow, Moeka asks through the text about the IBM 5100. He responds, and Makise finds out that the timer on the microwave in seconds is equivalent to 1 hour of the text time traveling into the past. She's got the noggin. The message is sent with the cell phone connected to the microwave during electrical discharge. Discharge occurs between noon and 6 p.m. D-mails can contain 12 times 3 half characters or 6 times 3 full characters. The rest are lost. So 36 in total. Essentially, a gigantoid limitation when one is trying to get to full throttle time travel ability. And then we get another Daro Hentai moment. August 2, 2010. Mayuri is proud. This is where we get like some weird spazzy dream nightmare of Okabe's, I think. Okabe's kind of naked, swallowed up by a black hole, talked to with the I think the voice of Makise in this part. There's like this mystery realm, event horizon, timeless. His hand and arm horrifically become jellified. Very odd dream, but I would be more inclined to classify that as nightmarish. It sounds more nightmarish. As I probably said prior, the visual novel goes swan dive. I mean, sumo wrestler swan dive deep into the sciencey speculation and terms and all that. If you want it to go way over your head, just read the visual novel. Try to understand it. Or maybe look up the terms and read the speculation and different stuff. It's very depthy, deep stuff. Jeez. All right. So anyhow, Moeka, she keeps consistent. She spams Okabe with texts some more. And she decides to drop by the lab. He doesn't want her to drop by the lab. She drops by anyway. That's a bad signal. He opens the door anyway. Bad signal. No pun. No pun intended. She continues to talk through the phone, via text, emails, whatever the case you want to say, when she's right there in front of him. You talk about a social hobbit. Good grief. She's very weird. Very weird. She wants to see the IBN 5100, which he would have told about for her to want to see it and know that it's there. He allows her to come in and only see it. Then he wants her to ex-nay out of the lab. So he keeps allowing the goalpost to be moved. It's at this point of the show where I think I was like, oh man, that is bad idea. Bad idea to keep allowing all these different people to get in on the info. You got Makise, Moaka, Suzuha that are at least mildly kind of outside the core sphere of Mayuri, Daru, and Okabe. So you got kind of two circles. That's how I think my thoughts were first time around. Just, he's moving the goalposts. He's allowing her to get what she wants. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. Kind of mildly frustrating when certain things in a anime don't go your way, or it reminds me with One Piece when the villains have the good guys up against the ropes. It's just kind of frustrating me the longer that's drawn out. I can't stand that. Goodness. All right, so she examines the IBN 5100. Now she wants to take photos of it. She wants photographic proof of it, all the details, multiple shots, like it's a beautiful 3D chick or something. Kawaii. And he allows it. Okabe allows it to occur. He keeps moving the goalpost, letting her get what she wants. Her having photos of this, which is a super rare thing, critical to what's going on to save the world. Oh my goodness, this was so dumb. This was dumb. There's no other way to put it, and that's what was frustrating. So after he let her see it, after he let her take photos of it, now she wants to borrow it. Are you kidding me? She should be a football player on whatever female football league there is, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. I think I know there is one, but I don't know what it's called. But she should be on that. She could move the goalposts and nobody would argue against her. She could move it forward when it was advantageous to her team. She could move it back when it wasn't. Good grief. Now she wants to borrow the thing that could save the world that everybody is seemingly looking for? You've got to be kidding me. I'm surprised Okabe didn't allow it at this point. Jeez. But no, he denies it. He denies this wish of her, this 10th dang wish of her. He didn't even want her to show up. So on that basis, it's kind of forceful and not good. He denies her wish to borrow the machine, for he wills to return it himself to the place in which he found it. So, guess what? Okabe has a blonde moment here. Okabe has a bad blonde moment here. She asks where he retrieved it from. Okay? And he flat out tells her where he found the sucker. The IBN 5100. It was at the Akihabara Shrine. And I'm going to tell you... Oh... I don't know. It was just a frustrating point of the show. And I guess you could put a slight bit of criticism on the show there maybe. Because I don't think that would have been the case with any of us. I think we would have definitely dug the goalpost 10 foot deeper at some point along the lines there. You don't tell them where you found the sucker. So I found that to be just idiotic. He told of the source of the source of where the machine was that could save the world, where it was hiding. You don't share that information, especially outside your circle. Although Moeka now knows, thanks to Okabe's big mouth on this one. This was a botched job. Moeka knows, Makise knows. Ay. Anyhow, enough of that minor ranting. Daru arrives and talks of sending mail to the past. Moeka asks about such, and Okabe lies, trying to cover, doing a poor job, but I'll give him props for the attempt. Mayuri arrives immediately, henceforth, and this is where it gets just comedic. She rambles her blonde mouth about doing the time travel experiments. Moeka walks in right behind her or with her, whatever, or Makise, and talks of time machines as well. So you have a situation in which you can't fix the information that gets out here to Moeka. Not only where the machine was hiding, but now she learns of everything they've been up to. So you have Daru, Mayuri, Okabe, who know all this stuff now. Moeka and Makise know about it. Plus, Ruka and Ferris, to whatever littler degree. I mean, we're focused in here, but oh my goodness. What a botched moment. Lack of coordination and all common sense. And they better not have been walking around town, Akihabara, talking about doing time travel experiments. But they walk in talking about it at the very least. And that's probably all that it was. But what a perfect time. Not like making sure the lab is clear of any outside individuals, non-lab members or whatever the case. Nothing like checking to make sure everything's clear before you talk about the most sensitive information in world history, quite frankly. I mean, if that got out, oh my goodness, would they be in who knows what? Beef, hot water. They would get unwanted attention, to say the very least. So Okabe realizes he can't cover, so he just has to come out with it. Yeah, they're telling the truth. He just gives up. It's a comedic moment. It's really good, but all this is just forced so that Moeka knows. There's no other option with how dumb they were verbally. They just gave it away. Nothing like checking that nobody else is there, present in the lab. Not like a plumber or repairman or whatever the case. Electrician, anybody. They just spout it off the moment they step in the lab, or going into the lab, whatever. My goodness. Idiots. Total idiots. I wrote in my notes. Total idiots. Oh, it's funny though. So, Okabe couldn't cover for that. He couldn't fix that situation. So, Mocha asked for the truth. And then, on purpose or accidentally, sends Okabe a message. I don't know which one it is. I think she meant to send it to Okabe, but maybe it was an accident. I don't know. Maybe she sent it to the wrong person. I don't know. I think the first time around I thought that she sent this to Okabe on purpose. But now I'm not so sure after seeing the show so many dang times. Because it's gold. It's a gold mine. It's a time travel genre gold mine. One of the best I've seen. Best. It's in definitely top 5 time travel. So, Moaka, accidentally or not, follows all of this up. She's learned all this, and now she sends to Okabe, on purpose or accidentally. Could it be question mark FB question marks? And then that dang glare she gives. Oh my goodness. Oh my. You talk about tense, and you talk about having made a mistake. Yeah. Yep, that look she gives. You have not seen her give a look quite like that. That was heavy. That was a heavy dang glare staring through him. She was very, very serious about something. So, there's this mysterious FB type thing that keeps showing its face. Interesting. I don't know whether she meant it for him or not. I don't know. Maybe someone else knows. I don't know. I'm pretty darn familiar with Steins gaze, so it's odd that I don't know. It's just certain things in different anime can be interpreted in different ways. That's the thing. That one very popular anime movie, I forget what it's called. Your Name? Yeah, that one I didn't understand. I didn't get the core thing of what they were trying to communicate with what happened in the movie. I understood it apart from that, but that's pretty darn critical to understand for the enjoyment throughout the movie. But I didn't get it. Some things I don't get. Some things, other things, okay, I got this. I know what's going on. But the glare she gives him, I don't think that could have been more intense. So Okabe, without any other option at this point, he makes Moaka one of the lab members. He didn't have a choice. Makes her a lab member. She knows everything already. So, in just a short fell swoop, she knows everything. That is pretty dangerous and risky. And then teaser for the next episode. But anyhow, I don't know. I don't know about my favorite moment. Favorite moment. Probably all that near the end. That's probably the most heavy, significant, tense, comedic. Everything wrapped into one. Moeka learning way too much, and now they just have to trust her, type of a deal. Similar to how Makise kind of was just there. So it's kind of like a repeat of that. So anyhow, that's probably my favorite moment, is just that whole scene, that whole entire chunk of the episode where Moeka is at the lab, learns things. Okabe is just dumb. Then they're all just dumb. And boy, that glare. Could it be FB? Very interesting. All right. Time for me to grab some chow. So, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more of the Steins Gate episodic review as we go deeper and deeper, as we descend into the grand mystery that is Steins Gate. By the time you finish, you wish you could time travel back and see it blind once again. That's the unfortunate thing about a show, is essentially replay value or rewatch or review value type of a deal. The best type of thing that has taken advantage of replay value in a sense, I think, is the Fate series, because even though they're on their own, they're different anime, it's still the same franchise type of a deal, same show, but it takes a different route. It's different than the other routes. So that's interesting territory for any show to explore, I suppose. So, hey, what if this happened type of a deal? That's what some people probably would like to know, with certain moments of the show. What if this went different? What if this person decided this? Or what if this happened? How would that change things along the way, and especially the end point? What is the butterfly effect of all these different things going different, and how can we still make the show valuable? So the Fate series is very good at that, I think, even though they're all their own show. Overall, being able to do different route, Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works, Heaven's Feel, I think that is an awesome part of the show, them being able to do, or whoever came up with that, whoever came up with multiple routes, that was a very good concept. I like that. I love that. It's a very good thing, because when you go through Fate, that is one of the things you wonder about. At some point, they should do that with Fate Zero. Make 2 more routes. Do it. Do it live. Do it live. All right. I'm out of juice, so thank you very much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Maybe your favorite moment of the episode. What did you think of all that Moeka stuff? What would you have done? I would have put my foot down. That was just way too much. And then they just completely messed it up. Bit of a gamble. So Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more. I will see you up ahead. As always, take her cool. We have done 1/4 the show now. 1/4 the show reviewed. So 3/4 to go. Yay. All right. Take her cool.